Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we have another collab. I'm really excited and was really honored and just very happy and excited to be able to welcome a lot of my friends and favorite fragrance reviewers on YouTube to share with you guys their winter fragrance recommendations. So without further ado, I'm going to stop talking and give them the platform, and if you want to have some great recommendations to wear this winter from some of your favorite fragrance reviewers, then here you go, this video is for you.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this video, and first and foremost I would just like to thank Kristin from the channel Beauty Meow for having me be a part of this collaboration. I really do appreciate it. So I want to share with you one fragrance that I plan on wearing a whole lot this winter. This is actually a fragrance that I've had for quite some time now, but I have not been wearing it because I do think it's most suitable for when the weather is really cold outside. And this one from the house of Tom Ford is called Redolessence. This has one of my favorite notes in it, which is the note of pine. It's very nostalgic. It reminds me of the holidays. It reminds me of Christmas tree shopping with my family, my wife, my father-in-law, and most recently my daughter. And there's another fragrance that I would like to give an honorable mention to, and that is Cape Heartache by Imaginary Authors, but I've been wearing that one a whole lot, so I want to transition to something new. I love this one, Redolessence by Tom Ford. This is definitely a fragrance that I'm going to be wearing a lot this holiday season. Once again, thank you so much for having me be a part of this collaboration. I look forward to seeing what everybody else picks.
Hey everybody, it's Leslie, aka ScentBubblez. Thank you so much, Kristin, for including me in this collaboration discussing our favorite winter fragrances. Winter is a time when I really get warm and fuzzy over the holidays, but I live in a warm climate, so we really don't have a changing of seasons. So I wear my fragrances pretty much all year round. But when I think about the spirit of the holidays, I reach for fragrances that are warm and cozy and comforting. So I put together a little short list of fragrances that give me that warm and fuzzy feeling over the holidays. The first fragrance is By the Fireplace by Mason Margiela. This fragrance just reminds me of being in a log cabin, sitting in front of a fire, wrapped in a cashmere blanket. It is just absolutely beautiful. It's nice, and it gives you that burning woods with marshmallows and hazelnuts. The next fragrance is Bocanera by Oltre Parisi. It has a nice deep oud, but what gives this fragrance a gourmand element is a dark chocolate note. So if you haven't smelled this and you haven't tried it, give this a try. The next fragrance is Good Girl Gone Bad Extreme. This is absolutely gorgeous. This is so creamy. It almost has like a dark, deep, vampy quality while being floral and creamy at the same time. The next fragrance is from one of my favorite houses, Profumo Roma, and this is Sorriso. Sorriso is an absolutely stunning dark chocolate fragrance. Now, this is just gourmand heaven. It smells almost like cocoa butter, but then it gets darker and deeper once you wear it on the skin. And it has a nice bitter orange note in it with woods and musk. It's absolutely one of the best from the house of Profumo Roma. And last, but certainly not least, to me, this is a fragrance that when I think of being warm, when the weather cools down outside, we have to talk about the house of Tom Ford. And it's none other than Tobacco Vanille. Every time that I forget about this fragrance and I smell it again, I'm just like, how could I have forgotten how incredible of a fragrance this is? Because it's thick and it's heavy, but it also is sweet with that vanilla and the tobacco, and it cuts through cold air and blossoms beautifully. So those are my winter fragrances, and thank you so much again, Kristin, for doing this collab, and I wish all of you the very best holiday season.
Hello everybody, I'm James from Outlaw Frags. I first want to say thank you so much for Beauty Meow to ask me to be a part of this collaboration for my favorite winter frag. And that's an easy one for me at this point in time because I just found this one this fall, and that is 1821 by Man May. This is Sweet Tobacco Spirits, and this is one of my most favorite fragrances at this point in time. I've kind of got a new love affair going on with it because it's new to my collection. It is a wonderful, sweet tobacco, just like it says in the name. I can't recommend this enough if you have a tobacco fetish like I do, or if you enjoy a sweet fragrance. This checks both those boxes. The longevity on this is a monster. It projects like a beast. They really hit their first release, 1821 man-made, straight out of the park. This is absolutely an incredible fragrance. So with that being said, I don't want to take up too much time because I know there's a bunch of other reviewers besides me. So I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. And once again, this is James from Outlaw Frags. And my favorite winter fragrance this year is 1821 fragrance. With that being said, thank you. And remember, there is no bad time to smell good.
Hey, what's up guys? Kristin over at Beauty Meow. I cannot thank you enough for letting me be a part of this collaboration. Really appreciate it. Loving your channel. You've got so many great fragrances. You just very experienced nose, so I definitely am learning a lot from you. And just thank you so much again. This is kind of the winter fragrance for 2018 that's really hit my one of my top in my lists and everything. And I know you were telling us just to make like a #1 kind of what you're wearing or whatever, you know, for the winter. This is definitely one of them. There's so many again that I could have chose and all that, but this one I've been really wearing and I just love it for the colder months. For some reason it might not be the a winter fragrance, but for me this one is just, it's too strong for the summer and the warmer weather. So this really does well for me for the winter. So Baccarat Rouge 540, and this is the X-Straight version. Guys, this one is just an absolute beauty. The almond in this, the musk, the ambergris. I mean, there's just a lot kind of going on with this, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. So guys, Kristin, thank you so much again. Beauty Meow, loving your channel. So thank you guys. Have a great holiday, and I hope you guys all had a great year. Let's have an awesome 2019. Talk to you soon, guys.
Hi guys, my name is Joe and I'm from the channel JoeScentMe. Kristin, I want to thank you for having me on your channel. It really means the world to me. So for winter this year, I think one of the best things to wear is oud, but not just any kind of oud. So this year, I'm going to be rocking Bortnikov's Mystery Oud. Now, as you can tell by the color of the juice, it's really dark. And this thing is a highly resinous, spicy, bunch of really great notes that are in this. And I definitely suggest you guys check this out when you get a chance. This is really special. You can find this at Lucky Scent. I believe it sells for $350. And this is the 50 ml size. It's so cozy, so powerful, and this was meant to be used on days that are just cold. That's the kind of fragrance I'd want to have to wrap me up in a blanket of fragrance. So this is definitely the blanket for me this winter, and I look forward to seeing what you guys are saying next. Thank you again for having me. Off to the next person.
Hello everyone, I'm Carlos. I have a YouTube channel called Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. Thanks so much, Kristin, for inviting me to be a part of your collab. I'm more than happy to be in it. And the topic today is best fragrances for the winter. Ironically, at my channel, I've recently done my top winter designer list and my top winter niche list, so I'm gonna take my top 2 from both of those lists. I guess we'll do the designer first. From the House of Dior, Fahrenheit Parfum. This is a boozy, woody, violets, just fantastic fragrance for the cold months. I adore it. And my other fragrance from my designer list was Valentino Uomo Noir Absolute. This is the darkest of the Uomo series. I really like it a lot. It has a little bit of a reminiscence to one of my favorite perfumes ever, Tom Ford's Black Orchid. There's something waxy, but it's a dark, nice fragrance for the winter that's quite enjoyable in my opinion. Those of you who watch my channel know that I'm a huge fan of Tom Ford, and in particular, Amber Absolute. This one from my niche list is called Amber Nomade. It's from the Elixir Parfum line. I first smelled it in 2015, and it's stuck with me since. It's one of the best ambers that I've smelled in a long time, and I really do like it a lot. It's got apricot, apples, spices, resins. It's really a gorgeous fragrance and one to check out if you can. And the second one for my niche designer list is from the house Initio Parfum Privé. It's called Rehab. In a nutshell, it's a niche version and very, very potent version of Viktor and Rolf's Spice Bomb. It smells similar to that. Not exactly, but it's in the same family, but it's just a lot more potent and lasts a long time and cuts through the winter like nobody's business. Well, those are some choices from me, Carlos, BFL. On to the next person.
Hello everyone, my name's Claire. I'm from the channel Smurfygurly. This is Sweetie, and thank you, Kristin, for letting us onto your channel to talk about winter perfumes. I've got two classics from my collection I've had for many years, and they are amazing in the winter, and one brand new one to me. So I'm going to start with this one here, which is Tobacco Rose from Papillon Perfumery. This one is rich rose and beeswax and hay and spices. There's a bit woody, it's a little bit vetiver going on in the background in the dry down. Really, really rich and super long lasting and super strong. This is a rose that can be worn by a man or a woman regardless. It is absolutely beautiful. Not very sweet, it's more of a savoury fragrance, and I really, really love it in the cold weather. It's amazing. Next up, another one that I've had for many years, and it's called Le Maroc Pour Elle by Andy Tower Perfumes. This is another really spicy, rich fragrance. There's rose and jasmine, loads of spices, incense. Another one that I get quite a lot of vetiver going on in the dry down. Really, really rich, super strong, super long lasting. Look at the colour of the juice. I'll show you. That's the colour of the juice. It's got a lot of naturals in it, and it is absolutely amazing. Really, really long lasting. Really, really strong. It's the kind of fragrance I pull out for a party. I would choose it for an outdoor event in the cold because it projects so well. Finally, this is Alien Essence Absolute. I never ever imagined I would fall head over heels for a designer fragrance until I got my nose on this. It is rich. There's a ton of natural vanilla in here, which is why the colour has turned the colour it is. When you buy it, it's a yellowy golden colour, and then it turns like a whiskey amber kind of thing. This one is all about the vanilla and the incense. It gets powdery, but it's really rich. It's got the alien feel to it, but the alien's amped right down low, and the vanilla, and there's a marzipan accord in here. It's not listed, but I get marzipan from this, which is I think the reason why I felt head over heels. Performance is out of this world. Perfect for the cold weather. It's like getting a massive hug from someone beautiful, soft and snuggly and huge. It's really gorgeous. Thank you, Kristin, for having us, and I think you need to go on to the next person.
Hi, Kristin. Thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of this collaboration. I am so excited to be part of this video. I absolutely adore your channel and your videos, and so I am thrilled to be part of one. My name is Emmy. For those of you who don't know, I have a channel here on YouTube called Emmy Ever After, where I talk about fragrances. So I would be delighted if you would stop by and check me out. A huge portion of my fragrance collection is fragrances that I think work best in the fall and winter. So to narrow it down was a little challenging, but I've narrowed it down to 3 that I think are spectacular for the winter. The first one that I'm going to show you is from Guerlain. This is Shalimar Soufflé de Parfum. This is amazing. If you like Shalimar and you like sweet gourmands, I think this is going to be right up your alley. This is resinous and sweet and creamy and a little musky. I absolutely adore this fragrance. I think it is so warm and cozy and comforting in the winter. I think it is it's like a hot cocoa, but for fragrance. It doesn't smell like chocolate, but it's that scent that warms you up and makes you feel very cozy. So if you like that feeling, I think you would really like this fragrance.
My second fragrance is also very cozy. I think that's sort of the underlying theme for winter fragrances. This is from Nina Ricci and this is called L'Extase. I adore this fragrance as well. This is a caramel and rose. If you really like candied roses, you would love this. There's a raspberry note in there as well, which keeps it from being overwhelmingly, sickeningly caramel. It's a very like jammy rose with a little added burnt sugar feel to it. It's very syrupy, it's extremely sweet, but in the winter, this just is like a warm, sweet rose. My last fragrance is a little less warm because it's got a lot of iris in it. This is La Vie Belle Intense. This is like whipped cream and hazelnuts on top of a very sweet iris. I adore hazelnuts. I love overly sickeningly sweet fragrances. This is actually one of the less sweet fragrances in my collection, but it is still very sweet because it is a La Vie Belle flanker. I just think this, it really reminds me of the holiday season with like roasted nuts. Everything's like a little sweet and a little savory, and I would say that this perfume totally exemplifies that sort of like half sweet, half savory feel of the holidays. Kristin, thank you once again for inviting me to participate in this collaboration. I hope you all have a very happy holiday.
Hey everyone, Peter here from the channel FragranceView. Thank you, Kristin, for including me. Always appreciate it. And we're talking about winter fragrances. I'm going to talk about two very quickly. I won't take up much of your time. By Kilian Sacred Wood. Basically, it's a sandalwood fragrance. I was a little bit cheeky, unscrewed it and poured in some real Mysore sandalwood to make it a little bit richer. But if you just like sandalwood, this is a great choice. And yeah, very cozy and warming and smooth. It's completely unisex and perfect for the colder weather for the winter months. Also, I'm going to be rocking Abel Cobalt Amber. This is a 100% natural fragrance, but very affordable. They come in little miniature bottles if you want, or you can get a 50ml. This one is a travel size 15ml, and it's based around tonka and amber, but it's kind of a little bit Play-Doh-y, tonkery, ambery, warm, cuddly. It's like cuddable, is that a word? A comforting, cuddly is I think the word I'm looking for. Cozy scents, just wrapped up, warm, perfect for the winter, and again, completely unisex. On to the next. Thank you.
Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. Kristin, thanks so much for letting me participate in your collaboration video for winter 2018. The two fragrances I'm going to select for this video are fragrances that I really love to wear during the winter time. One of them is from a niche house called Frederick Malle, and that fragrance is Portrait of a Lady, this one right here. This is to die for kind of a fragrance. It's one of the best niche offerings ever created, and it was a love at first sniff for me, and immediately I had to pick up a bottle of it. It is all about rose, incense, patchouli, spices like cinnamon and cloves with a little bit of a fruity touch thrown in, and it smells absolutely amazing. Now, a lot of brands have copied this fragrance because it is so good and it's so successful. But nothing comes close to the original from Frederick Malle. It's amazing. Check it out if you don't know it. The other fragrance is from a designer, of course. I wanted to include one designer in this. And that fragrance is, of course, my favorite designer fragrance. It's Dior Homme Parfum, this one right here. Now, the reason I like this one a lot is because it's so sexy. You've got a lot of leathery iris here, lots of almost like sweet notes, and a bit of a musky ambrette to make for this really beautiful, intoxicating, and sexy fragrance wearing experience. This, to me, is also one of the best fragrances ever created, and currently it's my favorite designer fragrance on the market, hands down, since it was launched. It can't be beat. It smells so good, and the experience is so heavy. I love that about this fragrance. Both of these fragrances, the wearing experience is awesome. Big, long-lasting fragrances for winter. So if you don't know these two, please do check it out. Thanks so much and have a great winter.
So welcome to my segment of my fragrance recommendation for the winter. And once again, Kristin, thank you so much for inviting all of us onto your channel. It's very, very kind of you. Alright you guys, so let's get started. So my first one that I pick is Armani Privé Rouge Malachite, and I just love this fragrance so much. First of all, for the bottle, of course, and the juice inside. Oh my goodness, you have, you know, your amber, you have your tuberose, and you have your sage. It's absolutely intoxicating, very mysterious, very sensual, sexy, and very cozy for the winter time. I absolutely love, love, love this one. It's a statement piece. Next, we have the Raw Powerhouse and Very Savage by Kilian Black Panther, and it has rum, coffee, and sugar in here. It's a great gourmand fragrance. Huge unisex type of fragrance, very, very powerful and potent. I had to spray this and walk through it, otherwise I might suffocate myself, you guys. Like, this fragrance is absolutely amazing. You will be in the spotlight if you wear this one right here, I guarantee you. Last but not least, we have one of my favorite, Hypnotic Poison by Dior. And I am still using the Eau de Toilette version, but I don't even think of it as an Eau de Toilette because the staying power of it is so strong. It's like a fragrance of its own, you guys. But this one right here is like the mother of Hypnotic Poison Eau de Toilette. This is Hypnotic Poison Eau de Parfum right here, and it has notes of almond, and it has notes of floral, and it also has notes of like licorice in here. Oh my goodness, it's very sweet and it's very sexy, it's very piercing too, and oh my goodness, you will leave a trail of mysteriousness behind you if you wear this one right here. Very, very gourmand-like, very yummy. All of these three fragrances right here have something in common. They're very warm and cozy, and they're very, very yummy. Just like during the winter time, you know, you sit down, you want to eat like, your Christmas cookies or like drink coffee. It's basically gourmand time, you guys. Alright, you guys, so those are my picks right here. I hope you guys like it, and Kristin, once again, thank you so much for bringing everyone together, and I cannot wait to see what you guys have to say about your winter recommendation. Thanks, bye!
I was really blown away by their choices, as always. Some of them are ones that I'm definitely rocking, and some of them are definitely ones I'm going to be checking out. So I hope you enjoyed this list and their recommendations. Make sure to subscribe to their channel. I will have all of their channel information linked below. Definitely check them out and give them some love and support. If you guys wanted to know my winter fragrance recommendations, I already did a video, so I will link that below if you guys are so inclined to check that out. In any case, guys, thank you so much. I hope you guys had happy holidays and just a wonderful time of year. This is such a beautiful time. It's cool, it's brisk, it's pretty, it's just really fantastic. So I hope you guys have been enjoying the season, and I'll see you next time. Bye.